Hi, Miss Bruton's class. It's Chef Sandy, and today we are going to be making a tropical fruit salad. So today we will be using mango, watermelon, kiwi, avocado, lemon, basil, mint, frozen strawberries that are no longer frozen, and jicama, but it's optional. Okay, so we're going to start out with our watermelon. So this is a part for your parents. So I cut off the end of the watermelon just because I'm not going to be using the entire watermelon in this recipe. As you probably know, watermelons are pretty big, so we don't need the whole thing. I'm going to cut it up into slices first. A tip for parents or the guardian making these cuts: keep your hand on top of the knife, that way it's away from getting cut. So the knife is up here, that's your pressure point, and it goes right through like that. Okay? So I'm now going to take the pink part off. The white part is also good for you. Most people don't eat this part. This part is full of all sorts of neat amino acids. Very good for you. But in this recipe, it's a little bit too bitter. So we're not going to use that much of it, but I do keep a little bit on because it is good for you. Okay. So all of the fruits I listed in our recipe, the mango, the kiwi, the watermelon, all of those fruits have a lot of vitamin C. And we're using a lot of fruits with vitamin C because vitamin C is very good for your immune system. So we want to be keeping really healthy because we're trying to stay healthy while we're staying home. We are also having watermelon because it's very hydrating, and if you haven't noticed, the weather's getting a lot nicer, and I'm sure you're getting a lot more sun. So it's good to have lots of water and foods with lots of water in them when you're in the sun. Some other foods with lots of water would be watercress, water chestnuts, watermelon, celery, and lettuces. That's about it for water content in foods. So you can see my watermelon isn't super ripe. If it was really ripe, it would be a lot more red. But that's okay because we've got some really ripe other fruits. So it's actually going to balance it out in taste because it won't be too sweet. So again, your parent will do this part of cutting up the mango. Okay. And you can see you peel a mango kind of like you peel a potato, where you stick your knife right under the skin and then you're pulling towards your own hand very slowly. Unless you're really good at it, then you can do it fast. But it's not something a lot of people do anymore. Okay. So what are some other vitamins in our fruits we have here? We also have vitamin A. All our B vitamins are in all of these fruits. And B vitamins help relieve stress. And they also help increase blood flow to your brain, which also relieves stress, but also helps you focus. A fruit salad would be a nice thing to have in the morning, maybe with some yogurt for breakfast before you have to do your first online lesson, because it's really hard to wake up in the morning sometimes. But healthy sugars like the ones in fruits, along with all these vitamins that help boost your brain, that would be a good start to sitting in front of your computer. Okay. So I've just got little chunks of mango here. And you can change this recipe depending on how many people in your house you're feeding. So say for instance you are a 2-people household. You would probably use 1 mango, maybe 1/4 of the watermelon, 1 avocado, 1 kiwi. But let's say you are a family of 4, You would use 2 mangoes, maybe half the watermelon if it's a small watermelon, maybe a quarter if it's a big watermelon. Watermelons can get pretty big. Okay, so I've got all my fruit waste over here, and I'm going to keep that for my compost bucket in a few minutes. So this is a kiwi. So kiwis are also helpful in helping you sleep. So if you are having a hard time sleeping, or maybe you know somebody who is, you could tell them that they should have kiwi before bed. This kiwi is a good snack to help you sleep, as well as cherries. If you have any cherries, that would be a good one as well. So again, I'm just peeling the kiwi the same way. And you can actually include the kiwi skin if you like it, because it's a great source of natural fiber. It does have kind of a funny fuzzy feeling on your teeth, but it's also kind of neat, and you can weird out your friends when you go back to school by eating the kiwi with the skin on. They'll think it's really weird. It's pretty fun. Okay, so I've got 4 big slices of kiwi here, and I know you're doing geometry in school right now, so we're going to focus on making some cool shapes. So I have this little 1 ounce measuring glass, and I'm going to use this. It's a plastic one. I'm not using a real glass. I'm just going to punch out a circle from my kiwi. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, it's not the cutest circle, but maybe you'll go a little slower than me in practice. You can also try this with your watermelon. You could make circles, you could make squares. I'm going to keep this because this is still fun fruit stuff. There's no reason to throw it away. Here I have a pastry knife. So a pastry knife is something you use when you're making bread or cookies or dough. And it has an edge, but it's a dull edge. So this is a safe utensil for children to use while they're learning cuts. So I'm going to show you some different shapes we can make with our kiwi. So just with our pastry knife, pushing down. So I'm using my pressure from the top of the knife, and I'm pushing into the wood part. Sometimes it's wood, sometimes it's plastic. And I'm pressing down into the kiwi. And you can see I have kind of a messy, but I have a little square here. You can practice your shapes, and you can practice making these straight little cuts and all the different shapes you can make, like squares, like triangles, like rectangles. Maybe if you're getting really fancy, you could do a hexagon. Okay, what else do we have here? The next one I'm doing is an avocado. So we're adding avocado to this so that it's a balanced dish, because when we talked about balanced dishes before, they have to have good quality fat, good quality fiber, carbohydrates, and protein. So avocados have both good quality fats and good quality protein with some fiber as well. So just with my butter knife, I've got half an avocado here. I'm going to slice it. You can see I do the cuts really slow, but it's a butter knife so it won't cut you. I go one way down, vertically, and then horizontally. So vertically, then horizontally, and now I have my little sections of avocado that I can just pop out with the butter knife. And you can use the leftovers that's stuck in the avocado here right on a piece of toast. That would be nice. You don't want to waste avocado. They're so tasty, and they come all the way from California or Mexico, so we should eat them. Okay, and if you want, you can save this avocado pit, and if you stick some toothpicks in it, and then sit it in a glass so that the toothpicks hold it up, you can sprout your little avocado plant, and then maybe you can grow your own avocados. Let's see. Now this avocado is a little bit brown at the bottom. That's okay, we're going to cut around it. You don't have to throw out a fruit or a vegetable just because a little part of it's bad. You can still use the good part. And then just get rid of the bad part. You don't have to waste the whole thing. Okay. And that's probably enough for this salad. So now I'm going to make my dressing. So I've got my basil and my mint here. And you want to smell basil and mint before you use it, especially if you get to grow it at your own house, because just smelling it reduces your blood pressure and helps you relax. It alleviates stress and it also improves sleep. Might make you happy. That's a good idea. We have all of these herbs, and I'm using lots of them because they're really, really good for you, and I don't want any of them to go bad. I'm using it all up before it goes bad. So this is a part your parent will do, or if you want to do this part, you can rip up the leaves and put them into the bowl. If you ripped it up really small, that's basically the same thing. Okay. So here we've got our mint and our basil, and that's about a 1/4 cup of the two of them mixed together there. I also have about 1/2 cup of frozen strawberries. So I'm going to pour those in there. I've got my lemon. I'm going to roll my lemon between my hands to push all the juice to the center. Now that's a little trick so that you get the most juice out of your lemon. And I'm going to look at it, and I don't see any seeds, but I'm going to hold my hand underneath the lemon while I'm squeezing it to catch any of those seeds. Okay, so I'm just making the salad dressing here. So I've got my basil and my mint that is either ripped or sliced, and I'm just stirring it around with my once frozen strawberries. And again, that's about 1/2 cup of frozen strawberries and about 1/2 cup of mint and basil torn up. And then I'm just going to add a little splash of maple syrup. I would do about 1 teaspoon, and that's just to offset the sourness of the lemon juice we did right before this. Okay? So that's everything. That's your dressing. So what you're going to do is, in a large bowl, you're going to put your salad dressing, which you always do on the bottom. That's the best way to get it all tossed in with whatever salad you're making. You put your salad dressing on the bottom. Add all your salad toppings on top. Now we're just going to stir. Ah! I lost a bit of avocado there. Okay. Beautiful. So this is our immune boosting, stress reducing tropical fruit salad. Have a good day, guys. Bye.